The purpose of this podcast is simple. We want you to get to know your doctor before meeting them in person, because you're making a life-changing decision and time is scarce. The more you can learn about who your doctor is before you meet them, the better that first meeting will be. There's no substitute for an in-person appointment, but we hope this comes close. I'm your host, Eva Shea, and you're listening to Meet the Doctor. Welcome to Meet the Doctor. My guest today is Dr. David Levens. He's a plastic surgeon in Miami, Florida. You're still in Miami. Or you're not
Actually,
in Miami.
Coral Springs.
Coral Springs is north of here.
Everyone thinks it's Coral Gables because that's the older place and right outside of Miami, but we're about an hour north.
Wonderful. Okay. So, and you're on the west side or the east side?
It's about 15 miles west of the ocean. Yeah, it's outside of Fort Lauderdale.
Okay. Thank you for the geography.
No problem.
Tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm a plastic surgeon, and I've been in practice for 34 years. And I started my practice in 1989 with my wife as my office manager. I grew up in New York and Massachusetts, went to MIT undergraduate for college and then Columbia Medical School. Then I did my residency at Montefiore Albert Einstein in the Bronx, general surgery and plastic surgery. I did a hand surgery fellowship in Los Angeles. And then we decided to come back to the East Coast where our families were. And me and my wife, who we married in residency, we decided to move to Florida, much to the dismay of my parents who wanted me to stay in Massachusetts. And we've been here ever since. Have a nice family, 2 children, and private practice.
Did you just say to your mom, at least I'm on the East Coast and didn't stay in Los Angeles?
Well, yes, she liked that idea, but she was really not very happy about me not coming to Massachusetts. But she did come and visit. She's passed now, but she came to visit us a lot, and I think she appreciated us being closer than Los Angeles for sure.
The weather's certainly better down here.
Well, it's another day in paradise here. I mean, we have our hurricanes, we have more warning, and it's great. I thrive on sunshine.
I could not agree more wholeheartedly with that statement. So you work with your wife every day,
Yes.
and you have for 34 years. What is
Yes.
that like?
It's interesting because some people say I would never be able to work with my spouse. Other people say yes, and I find it to be great. She's a great companion. We know when I get home and I'm in a bad mood, she knows why. Usually it's not because of her, and she understands that something didn't go well, and I can count on her. She's my best friend. But I think that she's very sweet and very nice, and she gets along with the staff gets along with her. So I think it's a great compliment for the staff, and it's a great compliment for me.
Are there specific procedures that you're known for?
I do a lot of breast surgery. So I do breast+augmentation, breast+lift, breast+reduction, augmentation and lift. And lately there have been a lot more patients having explantation. As people are aware, there seems to be a lot of awareness of potential problems with implants. And what I tell most patients is that it's a very loud and vocal minority of women because it's still an excellent option for breast enhancement, breast augmentation, but all of our practices have seen more patients wanting to have their implants removed for various reasons. So I do that surgery as well.
Do you think maybe there is also just an element of age involved in that?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And my age as well. So I've been in practice for 34 years, and it's a great blessing to see patients come back 10 or 15 or 20 years later. I love to see with the long-term follow-up. It's very humbling, but age and gravity and time and pregnancies can change things. And then implants do have a shelf life. And it's not just 10 years. Hopefully it's 15 or 20 years, but they're not lifetime devices. So it is important for patients to follow up. And for various reasons, patients get to a certain age, maybe 40, 50, 60, and they say, I don't really want them anymore, I don't need them. But it is funny that every once in a while you'll have a 60 or 70-year-old woman that says, of course I want my implants back again. So it's very individual, but yes, I think that larger implants were big in the past, and now they've kind of, size trend has been down. You hear at the meetings, you always hear geographic things. In fact, I was just in the meeting, and they were talking about implants in New York City versus in California, Texas, and then in Florida. And one of the presenters was saying, I just saw everyone out here. Forget it. They're just huge. And so there's this presumption that because we're in Florida, everyone has to have large implants, but it's not the case at all.
That's Very
Interesting.
true. I hear patients saying a lot these days, I just want to look natural. Natural is not something that you can define or quantify.
It is absolutely an individual aspect, and I try to spend a lot of time with patients. Sizing is very important, and so we do a lot of sizing with photos and sizers, and just trying to get to know the patient to see what they're looking for, mostly natural or slightly fake or very fake. My practice is generally on the natural side. I don't have a lot of patients that are exotic dancers or that kind of thing, so it's usually just moderate size and modest appearance, modest enhancement.
Does your patient base change across the year as people kind of come and go from Florida?
We're in a fairly stable community, not that much in terms of, I mean, it's aging, but it's been relatively stable.
Yeah. Here in Arizona, and I was thinking about it because people from Minnesota, and we were just talking about Wisconsin and going back and forth because it's the best of both worlds. When you're here in the summer and it's hot and sticky and gross and it rains every day, it might be nice to be in Wisconsin in July.
It's great to be able to do that. And for people that are able to afford being in two different places, it's a wonderful thing. Absolutely. And we pretty much get the same weather all the time here in Florida. So it's not the best place to be in the summer. Right now it's still good. It's nice and cool. But in the middle part of the summer, it's nice to be able to travel.
So you told us about your education, which was mostly on the East Coast. But where did you grow up?
I grew up in Queens, New York.
In Queens.
And then we lived in the suburbs in Roslyn, New York. And then we moved up to Massachusetts. My parents are from Boston. So they had strong roots and they wanted to get back to Massachusetts. So I moved up there for high school, then college, then back to New York for medical school and training.
And was there ever, do you remember when you realized you wanted to be a doctor?
Yes. Well, the way it goes, the story I usually say is that for Jewish families, my son, the doctor, so pretty much from day one, I was destined. I had to be a doctor. I don't care what kind of doctor you are. Actually, I'm the first doctor in the family, a lot of engineers and teachers, but I did love biology. And I had a high school biology teacher that was great. She was very supportive, very encouraging to encourage me to go into medicine. And then I just kept pursuing that through college.
And so you went to MIT knowing you were eventually going to go to medical
I definitely
school?
went to MIT knowing that I was interested in medical school, and actually only about 10% of the MIT population is considered pre-med. So it's a kind of an unusual track, but it's great science and great school. I do alumni interviews now, which is a lot of fun. I get to meet the kids that are coming out of high school, and my kids tell me all the time they don't understand how I got into MIT because these kids are such brainiacs. They're doing all kinds of Nobel research, and it's very competitive. I think it used to be about 1 in 9, not 1 in 9, 1 in 11 get in, but now it's down to 1 in 16 or something. Yeah, it's a really small number of applicants that get accepted there.
Yeah, wow. I just am trying to imagine what MIT was like. That was what, the early 80s?
When I was there from 74 to 78. In fact, I have a 45th reunion. So I graduated in 78. So I have a 45th fraternity reunion coming up this summer. We're going to meet 25 of us from my class, a class before, a class after. We're going to meet in Park City, Utah, actually, this summer. And we have an Airbnb that we're going to spend a weekend playing some golf and hiking and biking and that kind of thing. Should be nice. I think I'm too old for that, but it's going to be great.
What else do you like to do when you're not at work?
I like to golf. I like to cycle. I like to exercise and listen to classical music, read. I try to read as much as possible. I was never a big reader, but I've been enjoying reading. I was buying books on iBooks all the time, and now my wife she's very frugal and smart. That's why it's good that she's in my practice. She turned me on to an app called Libby, which is literally, I don't know, it's a public library service, so the books are free. Did you ever hear that?
Yeah,
it's called
I had it on my
LIBBY.
Kindle, but on my Kindle it's difficult to use.
So it's free, and then you don't have access to all the books right away. You have to kind of reserve them because the popular books are not there, but it's free, and then you have a week or two to read the book, and it's great, because otherwise I spend all this money that I could be saving on free books. No one goes to the library anymore, so it's a great way to use digital library.
I know. I read every single CJ box, Joe Pickett book last year, and I bought them all for whatever, between $9.99 and $12.99.
Right, and now they're
I
sitting
was
on your
like,
shelf and you don't need them anymore. Well, you could
they're
donate
just on my
them.
Kindle.
Oh,
But,
there. Okay, oh yeah.
But still,
Yeah,
like
right.
if I could have done that for free,
There
that
you
would
go.
have been.
See, you learned something new. Not just plastic surgery related. You're welcome.
Thank you, Linda.
Absolutely.
So 34 years. How much longer do you think you're going to
I
practice?
think a couple more years. We have a lease that's up in 2 years. I don't own my building. And the last lease was a 5-year lease. And before that, there were 10-year leases. I am not signing a 5-year lease. Fortunately, things are going well. And so I hope that financially in another couple of years, we can slow down. I'm actually starting to do a little bit of medical directorship of med spas, which will provide a little bit of income. And then I've been teaching, but not really getting just a stipend. So I might try to teach at some local physician's assistant schools part-time, or maybe even medical school, and just as a clinical preceptor type position. So hopefully that'll help. And you hear about people saying that they retire and then they shrivel up. I don't want to shrivel up. It would be nice to have a little bit of income and something to do. So that's the plan.
Yeah, it's important to stay busy.
Absolutely.
Is there anything that you would like patients to know about you that we haven't covered?
Well, they tell me that I'm very understanding, compassionate, generous, honest to a fault, and patients seem to like me despite me not always liking myself. So I think that it comes out in the reviews and the patients bringing their family members and that kind of thing. So it's they I guess humble too a little bit. I mean, sometimes you hear about certain professions, not just plastic surgeons, being like all about themselves and boastful. That's not really me. So.
Maybe self-deprecating.
Exactly.
If someone is interested in finding you, reaching out to you, where should they go?
Well, I have a very active Instagram presence, and I do all my social media myself. So it's at David J. Levens. That was my email I was giving it. So it's David J. Levens is my email. On Instagram, yes. And then the website, drlevens.com. And then we're in Coral Springs, Florida, like I said, about an hour north of Miami. And our number is 954-752-1020.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Oh, you're very
your story
welcome,
with
Eva.
us.
Thank you so much for having me.
If you're considering making an appointment or are on your way to meet this doctor, be sure to let them know you heard them on the Meet the Doctor podcast. Check the show notes for links, including the doctor's website and Instagram, to learn more. Are you a doctor or do you know a doctor who'd like to be on the Meet the Doctor podcast? Book your free recording session at meetthedoctorpodcast.com. Meet the Doctor is made with love in Austin, Texas, and is a production of The Axis, TheAxis.io.